Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a special reading for the full moon happening on March 1st, 2018. So I usually, for the full moons, I try to do an additional reading. It's just a full moon spread, and I'll go through the meaning of the positions of the cards as we work through the reading. And I also will be putting out a separate video talking about the full moon giveaway. So I usually also, I like to do a free tarot reading giveaway at each full moon. So I'll be telling you more about that in the other video. So today's reading, I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot. Okay. And as you can see, I have already it off camera, have meditated, and pulled the cards. They are all here just to save time. Obviously, once again, these are general readings. The only way for you to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you and what's going on in your life would be to order a private reading from me. And for those of you who are interested, you can take a look at my site, Changing Phases Tarot, at weebly.com. There you'll find information about pricing as well as the types of readings that I offer. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Again, this full moon, so we're having two full moons in the month of March, just like we did in the month of January this year. This first full moon in March will occur around 7:45 to 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's full moon in Virgo. It's also known as the full worm moon, right? Which is when supposedly the ground begins to improve, worms start appearing, birds start, kind of coming in, and everything gets kind of prepping for the beginning of spring, right? For the equinox. So we're at the beginning of that, and then the second one that comes on the 31st of March. That one will be the blue moon, right? Because it's the second full moon in the month. So let's take a look. Let me go ahead and lower down my camera here. Okay, and so the way that the full moon reading is set up, it's meant to look like a crescent moon sort of facing out that way, another one this way, and then in the center we have what the lesson is for this full moon, and so that we have this would be sort of the full moon lesson, the main card for the reading. So starting off here, I'll show you the cards and then we'll kind of work through the meanings of them. This would be the first card, and this is in the release position. So what is it that you need to be letting go of at this full moon? And we have the Two of Wands. I'll show you them, and then I'll go back and go through them. So the second one is in the retaining position. What do you need to hold on to at this full moon? And you have the Page of Cups. In the third position, receiving, what is coming in for you at this full moon. And those of you who aren't that familiar with this deck, the Crystal Visions deck, this is an additional card in the Major Arcana. It comes after the World card, and it's called the Unknown card. And I'll tell you about this card in a second. Card number 4, let me hold it up. We have the Nine of Wands. Okay, and this Nine of Wands cards comes up in your surroundings. So this is how the world is sort of affecting you right now. In position 5, you have in the giving position. So what you will be giving or need to give to others, you have the Ace of Wands. In position 6, which is what will be beginning soon, we have the Magician, Major Arcana, number 1 of the Major Arcana. And the main card at the center of our reading, what are we learning? What is the lesson for this full moon? We have the Nine of Pentacles. Very nice message, very nice lesson, I would say. Okay. Also, I must apologize, my voice, I know it's a little bit croaky. I've been, I don't know if it's allergies or, if I'm just sick, but that's why my voice sounds a little off today. All right, so starting off here with this Two of Wands. So this is what we are getting rid of, what we're releasing. And Wands has to do with, what's the suit of Wands has to do with fire energy. And so, the daily matters in life, the things that we do each day, chores around the house, the work that we do. It's also our drive and ambition, our determination for getting those things done. It has to do with our own creativity, creative projects, and the two specifically, it has to do with choices. Okay, and so since this is in the letting go, that you need to let go of this choice. Maybe as you come into the full moon, you have made a choice, right? You're in the process of making a choice, so you need to go ahead and make whatever that decision is in order to sort of free something up and move on, right? So you do need to either you have made a decision, possibly, close to this full moon, or it's asking you to go ahead and make this decision. Another possible meaning for this card, it would be, it has to deal with taking things taking matters into your own hands, you being in control. Because think of this Two of Wands as sort of a choice, with it being two paths. You're kind of staring down each path, trying to figure out which way to go. It's all about you really being this courageous kind of risk taker, and just deciding, okay, this is going to be the best path for me, making that decision and going with it. So it's you being very much in control. Sometimes this card appears when you're partnering up with other people, right? When there's some type of collaborative effort going on with other people, especially with regards to the workplace or a creative project. So this could be you partnering up with somebody on a new creative endeavor. But whatever it is, this is what you're letting go of. So, again, this could have already begun. You could have already started this. So, sort of let go of that, or let go of this need to make a decision, right? Just go ahead and take matters into your hands and move forward. What you're holding on to, you're retaining here, is this Page of Cups. So Cups energy is water energy. It has to do with our feelings, our emotions. It also has to do with our intuition, our relationships. The page, usually the pages, yes, they can be actual people. Let me see, do we have any more? No, we don't have any other court cards in the reading. So when court cards appear, they can be people. If so, this would typically be a younger water sign individual, usually late teens, early 20s, a younger person, not gender specific, could be male or female here. But Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer individual. And this is it's a very sort of loving, a very sensitive person, somebody who's very open-minded, somebody who's quite receptive to new things coming in, to new opportunities. It's a very honest person, right? Sometimes the Page of Cups appears when new relationships are just beginning. So it shows this beginning of a relationship, or if you have already met the person, it's the beginning phases of that relationship where you're just starting to, you're starting to get to know each other. It's all very exciting. It's kind of this dreamy, everything is quite wonderful at the beginning of this when you're getting to know each other phase. So it could be that. And this is what you're holding on to. So either you're holding on to this person, you're holding on to, this new opportunity, this new beginning in a relationship. If this is you taking on this energy, this could just be you holding on to this, sort of energy of being open-minded, of being very sensitive, receptive to new things, receptive to new opportunities. What it brings you to, or what's coming in right now, the receiving card, is the Unknown card. And like I said, in this particular deck, it's an additional card in the Major Arcana. So it doesn't actually have a number, but it comes after card number 21, which is the World card, which is the last card in the Major Tarot. And this Unknown card is exactly what you would think it means, right? It's just represents that there's something that's not to be revealed yet, which is quite funny because it came up in the coming into, right, what's coming into your life, and you have the unknown. So this could indicate a surprise. This, something quite unexpected could be coming into your life, and this could be in any area. I mean, this is not at all specific. We don't see it. The unknown card is not tied to, for example, pentacles. So, oh, it's a new opportunity with work coming in, or money, or something to do with finances, or it's not tied to cups. So to think, oh, there's a new person coming in or a new relationship. It's just, it simply states that, there's something that you can see here. Let me hold her up again. You see how, she doesn't have a full moon behind her, right? But she does have a moon behind her. And she has her crystal ball, but instead of the crystal ball being clear, which is usually, when we look in the crystal ball, we're trying to get messages and it brings in clarity and it offers us, this clarity that we're looking for. Her crystal ball is cloudy. So it shows that, whatever this new thing is, either you haven't, or there might be something that you haven't fully, or you don't fully understand about it yet. It might be an area that you still, something that still needs to kind of unfold, and you need to get more information about before this can happen. There might be additional steps that you have to take before this can happen. It also has to do with, you taking a deep look, right? Really looking into the matter at hand, the issue at hand. Also moving forward with an open mind. And you do have that here with what you need to retain. So, there could be, for some of you, it's open mind, being open, being receptive to new things, to opportunities, might be quite significant for you around this full moon. Now, moving over to, let me move my camera just a little bit, sorry. Sorry for the sudden jolt of the camera there. So we have, in position 4, right, the surroundings. So you have the 9 of Wands, and this 9 of Wands, what it means here in this spread as far as surroundings, it's how the world is affecting you. So how are the things surrounding you, your home environment, how are things around you affecting you? And this 9 of Wands is kind of a difficult energy in the sense that it's really about the need to persevere. It's also a defensive card, right? You can see that the woman, yes, she has, she does have this lion here to, to kind of help her and to protect her. And she does have, all of these wands around her. And she's resting, kind of thinking about what her next steps are, where she needs to go. And you see she has here, look at her. He has the crystal ball. So whatever this, the unclear crystal ball over here in the unknown card, here what's going on around you is like you have, or you're at least trying to gain this clarity. You have this, insight, this foresight. You're feeling slightly defensive, right? You're kind of waiting, proceeding with caution, sort of kind of expecting the worst. I always kind of think this card is like expecting the worst, but it's more about, being very aware of what's going on around you, planning, thinking about your next steps. And yes, you're moving on, but it's cautiously here. And so this is, how your surroundings, what's going on around you is kind of affecting you. So there might be something that, for whatever reason, is, you're feeling a little bit defensive about. Maybe this moving forward, you're a little bit unsure of. Even though you do have these other cards suggesting that you need to be open-minded, it seems that whatever's going on in your environment, it's kind of affecting you in that it's making you feel a little bit defensive. Like you still have to kind of, yes, you need to move forward, but you also need to, keep an eye out to make sure or see what else is going on around you. So it's a defensive card. In position 5, the Ace of Wands. So this here is, giving, what you need to give to others. Again, more Wands energy. And the Aces are new beginnings. The Aces are, we think of them as yes cards. They're divine gifts. They're these blessings that come in from the universe. So whatever this new thing is, it's divinely, guided, it's blessed. There is, it also usually represents, since, again, suit of wands, creativity, our day-to-day activities. Sometimes this represents a new job offer. It represents a new creative endeavor, some type of new opportunity that you feel very excited about, that you feel very optimistic about, really determined, ready to get started with whatever it is. And it also encourages you. So whereas you have this, sort of defensive card and moving sort of gingerly ahead here, Ace of Wands is all about, harnessing this creative energy and just pushing forward, putting aside your fears and, going after that dream, or forging ahead, using this creative energy to really push you forward. And that's kind of, feel like it's echoed here with this Magician card, because this is what's coming up soon, right? We have the beginning soon. This is all about new things, right? But it's you in control here. And we have sitting across from each other. So in this corner, we have the Two of Wands, which is about you giving, are you taking control? And the Magician is all about you having control, right? This is a major arcana, so significant, very powerful message. And it's all about determination and your will and your ambition, and and trusting in the universe, right? And knowing how to harness the energy of the power of the universe in order to manifest our dreams and desires. Yes, we need to do our part, but it's also this, co-creation. It's partnering up with spirit. It's harnessing this energy, and the Magician has all the tools he needs to harness this energy, right? He holds all of the tools here. So he has the cups, he has the wands, he has everything that he needs to achieve what he wants to achieve. It's just really a card of great potential, and it also reminds us to, grasp opportunities when they appear and act consciously. So I do get, more, again, this opportunities, being open-minded, and acting on it over here. And then at the center of your reading, what you are learning at this full moon, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So Pentacles is earth energy. It has to do with tangible things here in the material realm. So the material things such as, our money, the work that we do, the money that we're paid for the work that we do, our material possessions such as, our homes. It has to do with our family, education. And the Nine is a very good card. It's a very stable card. It's a card of, see, the woman is looking very satisfied in this garden. She has the beautiful peacock next to her. She has this beautiful tiger, 9 coins around her. Everything is very green and lush. And, she is feeling as if all is right in the world. So she is somebody who, she's really managed to build that life that she visualized for herself. She's feeling very fulfilled. She's feeling very content. So, a lot of times this card appears when it's kind of like the independent person card. You're very self-sufficient. You have worked long and hard, or possibly with all these new things coming in, you've managed to, or you're taking advantage of these new things, which is, what you're learning is that you are the one who can really make these things happen in your life. You have the power. You just need to, be open-minded and seize the opportunities when they appear. And there might be some quite unexpected opportunities coming in. So, keep an open mind about those. But, what it's going to bring you, or what you're learning, is that you are self-sufficient. You have everything you need. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is kind of this, it's accrued over time, but it's also, it's the life that she has always wanted for herself. So it's really achieving, whatever you set as your goal, whatever this, new thing might be. It's you feeling very satisfied with yourself and knowing that, you're the one who went after it and grasped the opportunities. And, look at you now, look at where you are. So you are feeling very good and very financially secure and stable. And I think this looks like a very good full moon for many of us. So I like the messages. I do hope that they have helped you. I look forward to reading for you again, and please also take a look at the giveaway video that I'll be putting out. Don't forget that. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful full moon on March 1st. Bye for now.